foreign mission. It was pretty foreign.
It was a melting pot.
It was a huge melting pot. It was Mesa, Arizona, Spanish speaking. And it was a melting pot because it wasn't just like the Mexicans that were there. It was like people from Peru, Argentina, Guatemala, Puerto Rico, and like all kinds of cool places. So that was really neat. But I'll share a quick funny story and then I'll share a quick spiritual story because I like a mix of both. So I didn't have a lot of baptisms, I guess you could say, like a lot of success baptism-wise, but me and my companion, we were still kind of learning the language a little bit, and we found this guy and he said he was ready to be baptized. So we were excited and we were teaching him. We went to the visitor center in Mesa because it has the temple and then the visitor center next to it. And we love to go to the visitor center because that's where you could feel the Spirit a lot. And so we went and we were teaching him what would happen when you got baptized. And he's like, so what do you do? Like, how do you get ready for this baptism? Like, do I have to like wear something special? And my companion, she tried to explain to him that he would take off his clothes, but she forgot to mention that you would put on a white clothes, so he thought that he was getting baptized naked. And so he was very terrified. He's like, I changed my mind. I don't want to be baptized. So we really had to clear that up a little bit before we got baptized. So learning language, there is a learning curve there. But on the more spiritual side, being February, I was thinking of the last February in my mission, and we had a huge initiative. We had to get like 100 and something baptisms by March is what we wanted to do. Our mission president felt inspired that we could do a lot of more. He said that we've been planting lots of seeds. Now is the time to harvest. And so he said that we're going to dedicate 3 months to the 3 main principles: faith, repentance, and then baptism. He said all of January we're just going to focus on faith and miracles, and then February we were going to focus on repentance and like preparing ourselves to be able to receive these miracles, and then third, baptism. Like we were just going to make sure to extend that baptism covenant in the first lesson. So thinking about the greatest miracle that I had, and Cody's already heard this story, and I think some other people that were at my homecoming heard this story. But me and my favorite companion, Schumacher, Ashley, we got sent to the Apache Junction, and that was like the outback. That was the desert of Mesa, Arizona. There was mostly just like trailer parks and little subdivisions. So we went out into this outback, and we got sent to this little branch that hadn't seen success for a very long time. The branch seemed very discouraged and very stuck in their ways, and they were accepted that they weren't going to get a baptism for a very long time. And so, of course, me and my companion, Ashley, she's my good friend, she was one of my bridesmaids too, so you might have met her. But we just had so much enthusiasm. We're like, no, we're going to give this branch a baptism. They want it, they need it, it can help light that spark and get them excited about missionary work again. And so we worked so hard for the first couple weeks whitewashing in this area. And for a month, we were trying to get less actives to come to church. We were trying to get new members to come to church and recent converts, and nobody was coming to church. And I remember one morning just going to my room. My companion was waiting at the door for me to go to church, and I was like, just give me 1 minute. And I ran back to my room, and I just knelt down and I just prayed about, like, Heavenly Father, please bless that somebody will come to church. Just somebody out of all the many people that we talked to, just that somebody would come to church. And then I got up. I like wiped the tears off my eyes, and then I went with my companion and we went to church. And of course I was just trying to think, like, we went to Sacrament. I was trying to think what me and my companion could do better. And then this woman comes up and she sits right next to me. And I thought she was like, I don't know, a member I hadn't met yet. And so I was like, oh, hi, what's your name? She's like, Abigail. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, wait, when were you baptized? I just felt like I should ask her when she was baptized. I know that's a random question. And she's like, oh, I've never been baptized. She's like, don't you remember me? And I was like, I've talked to so many people. So I didn't remember who she was. And then she's like, you were the one that came to my house and I told you no, that I wasn't interested in the church. But then my companion, before she shut the door, she's like, she told that woman a promise. She said, if there is anything that you feel like you're missing in your life, our church starts at this time and we're at this address. And if you feel like you're ready to fill that hole in your life, you come see us. And so one night she felt like she was really down and depressed, and she remembered what that sister missionary said. So she came to church. And then we ended up teaching her, and she got baptized a couple weeks later. And that was the first baptism for that branch.
Oh, that's a good story.